Hi BookTube, it's Gina. Happy Friday. Hey, look at what I've got. I got my cat. This is my girl Josie. She's our 16-year-old matriarch. She's not very cuddly, but as soon as I sit down here to start a video, she starts traipsing around my books. She's adorable. So I have been seeing everyone doing fall reading lists, and I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon because it's a lot of fun. I can't believe fall is here. We are having beautiful fall weather here in the Pacific Northwest. It's probably 68 degrees out today, sunny, clear, just wonderful, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm really enjoying that, even though you know I'm a summer girl, but I do enjoy especially this transition season where the weather is usually pretty nice and we haven't had 6 months of gray, drizzly. So anyway, now we've talked about cats, we've talked about the weather, because that's what we do in Seattle. Let's talk about the books. I've got a few spooky books for the spooky season. I've got a few cozy books, because that's what I love. But yeah, let's just jump right in. The first book I want to talk about today is, this is hard to see, Her Fearful Symmetry by Audrey Niffenegger. Look at that cover. You can tell by that cover that this is going to be a spooky book. This is sort of a ghost story about two American young women whose aunt in London dies and leaves them her flat with a couple of requirements: that they live in it for a year and that their parents are not allowed to enter the flat. And it's a really good book. I bought this book at Disneyland back in the day in 2009-ish. When this came out, there used to be a bookstore in downtown Disney, and it's gone now. I miss it. But this is a really good Disneyland souvenir for me as well. A little off topic, but a good ghost story. Next really good ghost story is The Little Stranger by Sarah Waters. Ghost story / haunted house story, or is it? We don't really know. It's a gothic tale about a family living. They can't really afford to live in this kind of decrepit old family home anymore. And there is a doctor who takes care of them, starts to visit them, starts to insinuate his way into their lives. And it is, I love Sarah Waters. I need to do a reread of this book because this is actually the first Sarah Waters book that I read. And it's not one of her more popular books, but I absolutely love it. One of my favorites. Next, we've got, all right, this is cozy and I wouldn't say spooky. This is Thornyhold by Mary Stewart. It's more maybe some magical spooky about another young woman who is left a house in the country by her witchy, is it aunt? A cousin. And it's a little bit of a romance, a little bit of a witchy story. I found the ending of this one to be slightly unsatisfying, but still a really good book. Sorry, I got a cat hair. I shouldn't pick up Josie because I get cat hair on my face as soon as I do. Mary Stewart is such a wonderful romantic suspense writer. I just love her. Highly recommend this one. And then, of course, we have got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is And Other Stories by Robert Louis Stevenson. Look at that cover. Isn't that fantastic? Now, everyone knows the story. I've been doing this a lot today. I don't know what's up with that. Everyone knows the story or has some familiarity with the story of Jekyll and Hyde. usually just through popular culture, maybe through seeing a movie. But if you have not read the story, it is so good. So much better, I think, than the movies that usually portray it in a kind of campy way, I think. I actually saw this, there was a play of this, and I saw it in Philadelphia one year, years and years and years ago. But a wonderful, spooky, Halloweeny, spooky season story. Next is, I gotta do a fantasy book on this list. This is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. And I love this book. I'm not sure if this is actually part of a series. If it is, it can still be read as a standalone. There might be, I think it's a standalone, but I'm not sure if there are more books that came out in this series eventually. I haven't read any of them, but this one I absolutely love. It is about a city called Elantris that used to be a city of the gods, but has become a city where people who are cursed, there I go again, cursed, for whatever reason, we don't really know why people are becoming cursed, go to live out their remaining miserable, torture-filled days. And it is so good. I really love this book. It's got a great ending. I think the way he brings it around and finishes up the book is so creative and interesting. I really love this book. I need to reread this one too. It's been a few years since I read it. Like with everything Brandon Sanderson writes, it's too long. There's probably some stuff in here that could be cut, but I really enjoy it. Really fun, but dark and really fun for the spooky season, I think. All right. Next, let's do a couple of I was going to do it again. Cozy books. These are, I really picked these because they've got autumn in the title. One is Marianne in Autumn by Armistead Maupin. This is a Tales of the City novel, and it is about Marianne Singleton, who comes back to San Francisco. She's 57, and I'm 58. I just turned 58 this month. So I really identify with this as well as Quartet in Autumn by Barbara Pym. Also about a quartet, a group of older people who are trying to come to terms and grasp getting older, retiring, and what that means. I love Barbara Pym. These are cozy, but they've got some bite to them, some melancholy, and I really, that's a beautiful edition, and I love this book. Also love this one. Anything set in San Francisco, I love. And I love the Tales of the City books. There was a couple in between the last one that he wrote back in the 80s and this one that I have not read. I think Michael Tulliver Lives. But I'm going to keep reading them all, because even though these ones aren't as good as the ones that he originally wrote, I think there's this one's still really good. All right. Next, okay, I cannot let a fall reading recommendations video go by without recommending The Lord of the Rings. I just finished a reread of these 3 books, and they start in the autumn, they finish in the autumn, and there's a whole swath of time in between, obviously, but these are, okay, Kelly, my friend Kelly, she always laughs at me because I have called these books cozy. I don't think the books are in their entirety cozy, but they have so many cozy elements to them. There is eating, there are cozy hobbit holes, lots of food descriptions, they get progressively darker as the books go on, and there's almost no cozy food elements in the last book because, you know, poor Frodo and Sam barely get to eat anything. But I love these books. They are perfect fall reads, perfect rereads. I love rereading these. They are just fantastic. I know I'm preaching to the choir here. But if you haven't read these, you might want to give them a try in autumn because they're really fun autumn reads. Next, I've got, all right, I can't let a September book recommendations video go by without recommending September by Rosamunde Pilcher. This one it starts in the summer and it's leading up to a birthday party that they're planning in September. And it is so cozy. There's some family drama. Somebody just recently told me they don't like Rosamunde Pilcher because it's all about dysfunctional family drama, which is true. But look at this. This is a signed edition my sister bought me for Christmas last year or the year before. And I love it. So it starts out in May. It ends in September. So cozy, such a great fall read, and highly, highly recommended. Lastly, book number 10 is Bleak House. We've got to have a classic on here. So let's talk about Bleak House by Charles Dickens, because this is, talk about a fall/winter setting. The whole beginning of this, the first few pages of this are all about the fog and the wind and the terrible cold weather, and it will get you in the mood for a cozy, get under the covers, cuddle in, and read a book all about bleak stuff. That's so deep, Gina. Boy, on that note, it might be time to say goodbye because clearly my brain has taken a nap without me today. So anyway, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to take it easy this weekend. I'm going over to my neighbors for dinner tonight and just relaxing this weekend. And I hope that you're able to do the same. So let me know what you're reading, what your favorite fall books are. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. All right, see you next time. Bye.